Hey everyone, welcome to this explainer. You know what? We're going to totally skip the usual agenda today because we need to jump straight into an issue of absolute cosmic proportions. We are standing right on the edge of what might legitimately be the most significant, disruptive shift in the entire history of our planet. Okay, let's dive right into this. We're looking at the ultimate question right now. Is artificial intelligence humanity's final godlike invention, or is it just a massive trillion-dollar bubble that's teetering right on the edge of bursting? It's a wild contradiction, right? On one hand, we've got this incredible sci-fi dream of a super entity solving all our problems. And on the other hand, we face this gritty, potentially catastrophic economic reality of just unprecedented spending. To really wrap our heads around how we got here, we gotta rewind the clock, like way back. Think about the sheer scale of time involved here. Intelligence took hundreds of millions of years of brutal trial and error to evolve. I mean, it all started about 500 million years ago with flatworms. Literally just tiny, simple clusters of neurons handling the most basic bodily functions. Because brains take a ton of energy, right? So for most of Earth's history, survival just didn't require much thinking. It was an agonizingly slow climb to hominins 7 million years ago and then Homo erectus 2 million years ago, who finally saw the world as something to be understood. Now, contrast that incredibly slow biological grind with the absolute lightning-fast emergence of AI since the 1960s. It's honestly staggering how fast our silicon creations are catching up to millions of years of organic evolution. But what exactly are we even building here? Let's define it. Intelligence is fundamentally the ability to learn, reason, acquire knowledge and skills, and then use them to solve diverse problems. And that exact trait is how humanity basically broke the game of nature. We didn't have the sharpest claws, we didn't have the thickest armor, but our brains let us completely outpace evolution. Knowledge built on knowledge, and boom, we took control of the entire planet. And this brilliantly illustrates the massive gap between where AI is right now and what human brains do. For most of natural history, animal intelligence, and actually current AI, has been what we call narrow intelligence. Think of it like a highly specialized screwdriver. It's built for one single task, whether that's a bird navigating its environment or a supercomputer crushing a grandmaster at chess. Humans, on the other hand, we have general intelligence. We're the versatile multi-tool. We can think about, adapt to, and tackle incredibly diverse problems across totally different fields. But that gap, that's exactly what tech companies are frantically trying to close with AGI, or artificial general intelligence. We're talking about hypothetical software that can absorb any piece of knowledge and work on literally any problem. Just picture the looming promise here for a second. Right now, there are roughly 8 million human scientists in the world. With AGI, you could take one brilliant digital scientist, copy it 1,000,000 times over, and have 1,000,000 minds working 24/7 without a single distraction. And they could potentially be thinking 10 times faster than any human alive. If an AGI actually learns how to improve its own code directly, we hit what experts call the intelligence explosion. Basically, a self-improving, super-intelligent entity. Some researchers even call it a theoretical god in a box. The stakes are, well, they literally couldn't be higher. This kind of runaway intellectual power could cure aging, it could invent limitless energy, fix climate change, or just as easily it could completely subvert human civilization and bring about our ultimate end if its goals don't align perfectly with ours. It's awe-inspiring and yeah, absolutely terrifying. So let's move to how this builds, because we need to see how this grand vision collides with our current reality. Brace yourselves, because we are crashing back down to Earth with a very real, very specific number. $600 billion. That is the staggering amount of money Meta alone is projected to spend just on building out AI data centers by the year 2028. And the broader tech industry, they're throwing in hundreds of billions more. To really put that massive investment into perspective, let's compare it to one of humanity's greatest achievements. The Apollo program cost about $300 billion, adjusted for inflation, over a decade to put a human on the moon. The current AI build-out? Big tech companies are collectively funding the financial equivalent of a brand new Apollo program not every 10 years, but every 10 months. I mean, these numbers are practically incomprehensible. Companies are pouring unimaginable sums into what could be a massive financial bubble without even expecting immediate returns. And to keep this hype train rolling, there is some fascinating accounting gymnastics happening behind the scenes. Notice how companies like Microsoft, Alphabet, Amazon, and Meta are artificially extending the estimated lifespan of their AI servers. They're stretching them from 4 or 5 years out to up to 6 years. By spreading the costs over more years on paper, this little accounting shift artificially boosts their current profits. But the reality? Rapid advancements in new chips mean older hardware is becoming obsolete faster than ever. If this catches up to them, analysts estimate up to $1.6 trillion in market value could just vanish. Now, what's really interesting here is the jarring disconnect between all that investment and actual business results. Despite the trillions being pumped into the sector, enterprise usage is actually showing signs of dropping. The Census Bureau found corporate AI use fell between June and August. But here's the absolute kicker. A whopping 95% of US companies that adopted AI reported zero new revenue generated from the software. None. They're buying the hype, they're playing with the tools, but it is just not paying off on the balance sheets yet. Which leads us to some very serious warnings from financial experts. Economist Noah Smith outlined 4 classic conditions required for a massive market crash, and it is honestly uncanny how well the current AI landscape fits. First, you've got a pervasive story about why this time is different. Second, massive sector debt funding these data centers. Third, the growth of an opaque private credit system funding it all. And fourth, systemically important lenders like major banks getting heavily enmeshed in the bubble. The historical parallels for a sudden economic burst, they're all flashing red right now.
And the cost of this bubble isn't just financial, right? It's deeply physical and environmental. An absolutely absurd 4.4% of all US energy is now going directly to powering data centers. To meet this crazy immediate demand, facilities are actually shifting back toward carbon-heavy energy sources like natural gas. Plus, these massive, loud, power-hungry buildings are overtaking residential communities, they're boxing people in, disrupting daily life, completely replacing historic sites and local churches with sprawling server farms.
This brings us to the cultural impact, which is arguably where this AI boom hits you and me the hardest on a daily basis. Think back to the internet of, say, 2014. We used social media primarily to keep up with friends, connect with down-to-earth creators, and build genuine communities. Fast forward to today, and big tech has transformed our digital spaces into these hyper-optimized, attention-harvesting machines focused entirely on maximizing time spent watching. Creators aren't incentivized to build community anymore, they're incentivized to feed the algorithmic void while we mindlessly scroll to fill our spare time.
So the crucial point here is that this desperate corporate scramble to make AI profitable is directly fueling the rapid deterioration of our digital lives. Welcome to the era of AI slop. Because companies are trying so hard to justify their massive investments, our feeds are getting pumped full of soulless, algorithmically optimized garbage. We're entering this bizarre environment where content looks visually indistinguishable from reality, but it feels unmistakably fake and inhuman. It's getting disgustingly sterile, and it's causing this society-wide wave of extreme digital burnout. Some are even calling it AI psychosis. But actually, there is a fascinating, incredibly beautiful silver lining emerging from all this chaos. It's happening in stages. First, AI slop completely saturates the platforms. Second, users suffer severe algorithmic burnout from the endless barrage of fake content, which leads us directly to the third stage, a massive surging demand for genuine, no AI-involved human connection. It's an incredible paradox. The faster AI accelerates and degrades the modern internet, the faster humanity's deep desire to return to real, authentic connection accelerates right alongside it. We are actively heading toward what we can call the touching grass revival. A distinctly human-centric digital space is poised to inevitably rise from the ashes of this AI bubble. Moving forward, we can expect new social platforms that completely reject the feed and prioritize subscriber-driven communities instead. We'll likely see built-in filters that automatically ban AI content to protect the human experience. We're talking premium pricing for verified, human-only creative labor. And in a total cultural flip, stepping away from the screen and being chronically offline is basically going to become the ultimate new cool. It brings to mind a really profound thought. Sometimes all it takes for a beautiful renaissance to blossom is to be preceded by total destruction and chaos. It's an incredibly hopeful way to look at where we are, isn't it? The deep exhaustion you might feel scrolling your phone right now, combined with the impending burst of this unprecedented economic bubble, well, it might just be the exact medicine our society needs to course correct and remember what actually matters. Which leaves us with this final provocative thought to chew on as we wrap up this explainer. Is the absolute saturation of artificial content the exact spark we need to finally save human connection? As we watch billions of dollars pour into sprawling data centers and our feeds fill up with automated, soulless slop, maybe the absolute best thing we can do is intentionally seek out real connection, proudly support human creativity, and just actively resist the artificial noise. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really hope this helped clarify where we are and where we're going. Until next time, stay curious and above all, stay human.